Hi everyone. In this video, we will discuss about this question in C programming. The question is, can we declare function inside structure C programming? The answer is no, but there is a way we can, there's a way we can print variables or elements of a structure using function. So before starting or the program, let me first show you how you can come to this question. You need to open this website and you can go to C programming tab, and from here you can go to C MCQ, and if you're on this page you will see that is the first question. So let me first try to create a sample program on structures in C. Let me minimize it. So I'm there, I've opened my Linux machine via mobile extreme. I will access it using command line interface, and let me create a folder here. So today's just let's name it a structure. I'll go inside this structure, and let's make a basic programming structure on a structure using vi editor. And my structure.c, I will name it my structure.c. You can name it anything. And I'll go to insert mode by pressing I, and I'll start writing a small program. So here before main function, I will declare one structure. I will name it student. Its name can be anything, and I will just say character first name. It will store 20 character maximum, and character last name. It will store again. It will store 20 character. And how to use this structure? I can just I can create like this object of this. So there's a typo here. Let's say obj, and if I want to initialize, so this will create one object, and this object will have two variables, first name and last name. So if I want to initialize first name as last name of this object, structure object, then I can use strcpy. I will say just say obj dot first name. I will just say David. And similarly, if I want to store some value in last name, I would say Thompson. And after initializing those variables, if I want to print, I can print using I'll just say first name. I don't need to print anything. I will just say I will just space first name and then last name. So it will just print first name and last name, first name space last name. And since the return type of main function is integer, so we have to return something. We'll return 0 from here. So how I can compile is, before compiling we are using strcpy function, so we have to use its header file, which is string.h. Now I can escape, shift colon right q. that is that is a command used in vi editor. I'll come out and I will just try to compile it. So since it is C programming, we are using GCC compiler, and see it has some error. It says undeclared and last name also undeclared. Oh, I got what it is. I'll go back my structure. See, it should be print like obj. We should access it using obj. We cannot directly access it because it belongs to a structure. Obj dot this and obj dot last name, my bad. Okay, let me compile it one more time. It got compiled successfully. We don't see any warning, neither errors. Now if I just see how many files it has created, so a.out. So in my previous video we have discussed about this compilation process. By default, if we are not passing the name of binary, it will generate a.out. If I want to, if I want to have this compile into any specific output file, then I can say my structure dot out or dot exe, whatever you want. So here you will see a new file. I'll clear the screen. A.out. A.out is older file. The new one is this. So how to run this? Dot slash my structure dot out. So you will see here David Thompson. It is printing in the same line, because after printing we should have put next line. We can put that later on, but this is the output, David Thompson. Now coming back to the original question, can we have function inside a structure? So let me go back and try modifying this program. And before modifying, let me put a slash and after printing everything, so that we can see output in this separate line. So there are two things here. We can either use slash in here, or if you do not want to use here, then I can add one more printf and just print slash in here. Okay, so let me try to add a function here. The original question, can we have function here? So void my function, and in this function we will try to print first name. I will say first name percentage s f name. Similarly, I would say printf slash n last name, and percentage s last name. There's a typo here, extra double quote. We can remove that. And so this is what we are trying to achieve, and we should have one more braces here. So we have one structure student, and inside that we have two variables, and we are trying to have one function which is basically printing those two variables. So let me compile it. And so now if we are going through function, then we don't need to print here, because if we can just call obj dot my function, then basically this function will take care of printing those variables. But the thing is that in C programming we cannot have function inside structures. So why don't we see this by compiling it? We will make sure compiling this program again. So I will just say use the previous command gcc1. See, so it says you will get like has no member name my function obj dot my function. So it says it does not have any function. We are not getting any direct error that structure cannot have function inside. Let me make sure that we don't have any typo. So my function is the function, and similarly my function, yeah, everything is good. So see, we cannot have directly a function, but there is a way out there to have function. So for that we have function pointer. So what we'll do is I will just delete this everything here, this function from here, and instead of function we can have function pointer basically. So the syntax of function pointer is void is a return type. Return type can be anything, and function pointer name I would say my function ptr, and it takes since we are trying to print those two variables of a structure, we need to pass the structure pointer. So and um, the good practice to use const structure pointer struct ptr, And so this function pointer, basically this function pointer will point to a function which returns void and takes a structure pointer as an argument. So that function we have to define here. Function construct should name it, its name should be student, and constructor student pointer ATR. So this is that function, and basically in this function we'll try to print first name. We'll say how to access using pointer. I'll show you. We'll say just ptr arrow first name and ptr arrow last name. This is how we can access it using pointer, structure pointer. So this is how it is. But now how we can use it to complete this program, after initializing those variable, I have to pass obj dot uh, my function ptr equal to, I have to pass the function name, which is function. And how to access this function, how to call this function, we can just say obj dot my function pointer. So let's see how it goes. I'll try to compile it. I hope there is no any compilation error in that. So obj dot this obj is, oh, we made a mistake, minor mistake. My function pointer takes const argument. Actually it takes one argument, that is structure type, so we can pass here self pointer. Since we need address of the self structure, we will pass just address of obj. And we'll see, let me compile, let me clear a screen, and it got compiled successfully. I will check whether output file generated or not. This is the output file. The a.out I can remove from here because it is older and we don't need this. And let me run it now. So you see here it printed the Thompson. So at the end, the conclusion is we cannot have function inside a structure, but we can make use of function pointer, and we can try printing or manipulating those variable using function pointers. And if I want to add a few more interesting thing, then let me go back and let's try to print the size of this. Let's try to print size of this object or structure. Size of student is percentage d. Size of operator we can use size of, remember size of is not a function, it is operator. I will just pass. So what will the output? So basically function pointer do not take any space in the memory, so the output should be 20 plus 20 40 only. Let's run this program one more time. Let's compile it first. Okay, it should be long unsigned integer. Sorry, the access specifier is wrong here. It should be, I think, ul is for unsigned long. I will save it and compile. Let me clear the screen. I will go back and compile one more time. It should be lu, not ul. Okay, I forgot the specifier, it should be LU. LU is for long unsigned int. Why we are putting that? Because the return type of size of operator is long unsigned int. If we are using percentage %d, then we'll get compilation error. We could have ignored compilation error, but as a good habit, we should avoid having warning in the program. So we got compile, I will see, and the output file got generated to make sure I can check the timestamp. So now the time is uh, 19th of March 111. So 19th of March 111. This is the latest file, and if I run, you will see the size of structure is 48. Oh, so yeah, so it's because the function pointer will take extra 8 byte actually, depending upon the compiler. So uh, earlier I uh, you know use the wrong sentence that function pointer can do not take any memory. Function pointer will take the memory. Here it is taking 8 bytes because um, we are using 64-bit compiler. How we can check? We can check the file type. So this was built using 64-bit compiler. That's why size of pointer function pointer is 8 byte. Now if I want to compile this using 32-bit compiler, then we have a flag. I believe it is -m32. So LU should be U, yeah. So oh, because we are compiled using 32, the written type of size of is just unsigned un, unsigned int, not no long unsigned is because its size has changed. Let me go back and just let me use unsigned int. For unsigned int, we will use just percentage %u. Now let me compile again. It got compiled. I'll clear the screen. I'll check and I will run it now. So now the output should be 44 because we are compiling it using 32-bit compiler. On 32-bit compiler, that pointer is 4 bytes, so it is 44. So we are good now. So remember this flag -m32 or hyphen. If we are not passing, by default it is 64 bits on if we are using 64-bit compiler, but if you want to change it, then we have to explicitly put -m32 flag with the GCC. So in C programming we cannot directly have function inside a structure, but it's possible using function pointer. But remember, in C++ we can declare function inside a structure. It is completely allowed. You can try that by writing a small program. Yeah, anyways, thanks for watching.